Hello everyone, Maryann here, Revealing Light Tarot, Astrology and Spirituality. How are you? Wherever you are in the world when you're watching, huge shout out to you. I've just gone through the comments on the horoscopes for August. Thank you for all those lovely comments and validations that these are, really just guidance cards, but that they're resonating and they are of help to people. So thank you for all that feedback. I hadn't planned on doing a political reading at the beginning of this week because of the tarot scopes, but I was getting a lot of numbers coming through, 33s and 11s, my favourite numbers, and I just thought, so much going on, I better jump on very, very quickly. So there you go. Let's get started. I'm using the Golden Tarot and the new Palladini deck. The Golden Tarot and the new Palladini decks. Okay, so let's get started. We'll first go to the Wagner group. Apparently some of the troops, well, they're in Belarus, we know that. But some are moving toward the border of Poland in Belarus. It's let me get the name right. It is something called Poland, of course, is sounding the alarm. And they think that they're going to be interfering with refugees and immigrants and asylum seekers that come through over that border, pose as such and then create mayhem when they're within Poland. They're moving toward a piece of land known as the Suwalki Gap or Corridor. And that also has been used because Russia still has a little enclave there, Kaliningrad. I know it's quite bizarre, and that corridor has been used for about 1 million Russians to move through to Belarus and then back through Russia. So, the fact they're moving toward there, it's actually owned by Poland. It's so I don't know. We just ask what the Wagner group is doing. What are they planning? Because obviously planning something. What is the Wagner group planning as they move toward the Polish border? Do they plan on, as Poland is asserting, do they plan on disguising themselves as asylum seekers or immigrants and moving into Poland? Is the Wagner group going to cross over into Poland in whatever way? Is the Wagner group going to cross into Poland? So we get here the Queen of Swords, so there is a plan and a plan here. What that plan is, I don't know quite yet. Let's keep going. The Knight of Coins. So there's a sustainable move, I think, by the Wagner group to disrupt the area. I don't think that it's going to go away, but this could be a ruse of some sort. Let's keep going. So we get the King of Coins in the foundation, as the foundation of the reading. That's money flow or some kind of flow here. Kaliningrad is there on that sea. There's something around the flow of something. Let's keep on going. Something coming to fruition in time. We get the Ace of Swords here. Can be clarity, the truth, and a new plan. It's a lot of air energy, a lot of communication here. Let's keep going. The Queen of Cups, something being planned. She always she holds a book in this deck, and normally the lid of the cup is on the cup. In this, it's off. So there's some kind of communication, some kind of plan, some kind of flow of something. All right, so we get the World card, endings and major beginnings here. I mean, you obviously don't attack Poland with 100 troops, but it's got something to do with that flow of the land there. Russia, they might even contend that is somehow Russia's. I don't know how that's going to work, but we get Mother Russia We get the world and we get Mother Russia. We get the moon in the hopes and fears that something actually is clandestine, is being planned. And we get the 9 of coins, independence and wealth here. Okay, so we get the hermit, something hidden here, kind of a alternative route, something about isolation. Could be, Wagner could be there to protect the flow of Russians from Kaliningrad through to Belarus, but there's more to it here. It could also be preventing Russians also leaving Moscow and crossing into Poland and other countries. We get regret and loss here. 3 cups have been lost and 2 are remaining. They're hell-bent on creating some kind of diversion, quickly, obstacle, some kind of obstacle and challenge. And there's a crossroads here and a barrier. They could be there. I don't know. I just see it's got something to do with the flow of something over the border, whether that's being disguised as immigrants or not, I don't know. Let's see what I can. It's got something to do with the flow of something, and it's got something to do with the flow of money as well. See what I can see clairvoyantly. Okay, they've definitely got their swords up, which means that they're armed, ready for some kind of battle. Fire and water as well. Fire and water. Something around, I don't know, does Russia use that route in some way to get through to the sea? It's something around protecting the flow. Do they intend to disrupt the Polish border? Do they intend to disrupt the Polish border? Yeah, there's that as well. So there's not just one reason. Okay, the Page of Coins. Yeah, so Page of Coins is young people. It's moving forward. There's a lot of pentacles here, defending something. Defending also Belarus, putting barriers there so that, you know, all those countries other than Belarus and Ukraine are in NATO. So there could be on the defence, Belarus and Wagner are holding training exercises on the Polish border. So it is a show of defence here, but there is something else here as well. The Queen of Wands. Oh, gosh, and the Devil. Yeah, it's definitely nefariousness that they plan. It could be, yes, disrupting the Polish border, but there's something to do with money here. Something to do with particularly that corridor there. So we get the 10 of Cups. They could even stop some sort of flow there. Families, I asked about refugees and asylum seekers, pausing that they don't, in some way that they don't want people to cross over. 8 of Wands here. Something's quickening in relation to that, and the Knight of Cups, a deal, an offer. The Lover's card and the 9 of Wands, creating a barrier. So I think it has more to do, yes, they're going to disrupt the border, but it's not as an incursion in. It's got something to do with disrupting the flow, something to do with that flow from Kaliningrad through that Polish border and through to Belarus. They wouldn't be so bold as to claim that in any way. It's a nefarious purpose. They know that NATO, they can't run an incursion into Poland. They do intend to disrupt the border, but there's something to do with the flow of something, and I'm not quite sure. I'm not familiar with that area. The flow of something between the enclave, Russian enclave, and that Polish border and Belarus. It's also a show of strength. They want a stronger barrier there between Poland and Belarus, and that's going to be their narrative. That's going to be their propaganda as to why troops are going to be there. I'm intrigued. Let's just, if I can, have a look at a map. If I can't get it easily, I won't. Well, look, no, I won't. We'll do that after the reading. Okay, anyone who has any ideas on what this disruption of flow might mean, it could be stopping those fleeing from Russia through Belarus and into Poland. It could be halting that because Russia is apparently planning more of a conscription. Could be that. It could be as a show of strength, but there's something to do with money, I feel, and something to do with the enclave and the flow into Russia. So we'll hear more of that later. All right, so there was one pundit today who said, why won't the Republicans take on the Republican candidates, presidential candidates? Why won't they take on Trump? Before I go any further too, a couple of readings ago, I thought that new charges would be brought down last week. I thought in relation to January the 6th, the cards were very responsive to last week. Well, the new charges were brought down, but it's in relation to the classified documents. New charges, a superseding indictment, obstructing justice, and also tying in, remember that Iran invasion battle plan that Trump was waving around Bedminster, tying that in as well. Now, I said that Jack Smith was literally peeling an onion and there would be more charges to come on the classified documents. There are. I also believe there are even more to come on the classified documents. So, January the 6th, there was another card that was quite positive. I can't remember going unless I went back there. But that also, whatever week that huge card, secondary card came out as a possibility on January 6th indictments. Okay, so let's go to why will the Republican presidential candidates eventually go after Trump other than Chris Christie? Will any other Republican candidates for the presidency go after Trump other than Chris Christie? I heard no. The High Priestess, okay, so we've got secret strategies perhaps and abuse of power. His secrets hidden and an abuse of power. The Ace of Coins, money and funding. We get the Knight of Swords in the past, the truth emerging. And we get strength in the sky. He's just too strong. We get something around Trump also better watch out because this is something around, big money, this kind of, they know they can't win a general election with Trump. And so the GOP have to do something and have to do it. I'm talking about the high end of town that want to see a Republican president. They know they have to do something. Three of Wands. So there are plans here. That High Priestess always indicates something is afoot. The Queen of Coins. So we get overseas and national security. The Nine of Wands. Barriers, defeat being worn down. And we get the Moon. They are planning something on the, let's just call it the down low. And the Two of Cups. So two candidates could be in talks. So more than just one would do it. They would have to do it together. And there is a plan and a strategy to do just that. Who it will be, other than Chris Christie, I don't know. But they're waiting for a time. This is all a timing thing. So they do intend to come out, walking away from what no longer serves them, spineless idiots that they are. The Five of Cups there as well. A lot of grief. Four of Cups, Five of Cups, Eight of Cups. Ooh dear. Cry me some tears. And they're desperately hoping for a new start. Yes, is the short answer to that. At least two of them are going to go into kind of league together along with Chris Christie and go on the attack. But it is a question of timing. So on that, where do I want to go? Rico, Georgia, Atlanta says they're ready to go with their charges. I'm just going to change decks now. They're ready to go with their charges in August. I want to know if she is going to, Fannie Willis, is she going to charge Trump with RICO? That's what I want to know, which is racketeering, in other words, a huge conspiracy to defraud. Are we going to see RICO charges come out of Georgia, the Georgia case against Trump? Are we going to see RICO charges with this racketeering? Remember, I kept getting the 3 charges, and I think that's relevant to January the 6th. Let's see if it's relevant to Georgia as well. Are they going to charge Trump under the RICO racketeering laws? Are they going to charge Trump under the racketeering? So we get the Page of Rods here. We're going to hear about it. That's one thing. It's movement forward, and then crossed by loss. Loss here, walking away from what no longer serves. Of course, we've got all the fake electors. So we get the Ace of Cups. It's going to be a huge, like they're preparing for it already. There's a lot of emotion here. I see at the foundation here. We saw it in New York. We've seen it over the classified documents, but this is different in Georgia. Let's keep going. The King of Rods, in the past, that's her. That's the prosecutor, the bravery to take on Trump in the way that they have. The Chariot suggests potentially it's going to be like a unstable type of ride. I just get the feeling that this is a similar thing to New York, but in a red state. It's going to attract more localized type of protesting, and a lot of emotion here. Three of Rods. This can be overseas influences as well. They certainly have done a lot of work on this. The pathway forward, illusion and delusion. That's like the poor choices. The Emperor, the President and his choices, illusion and delusion. So the conspiracy to defraud is going to play here as well. But I asked specifically about racketeering in the hopes and fears of crossroads. These are very, very heavy cards. And the Eight of Swords suggests restriction, and then the quickness of the charges coming through. The King of Swords, the prosecutor. So 2 kings are showing here. 6 of Pentacles, something to do with aiding and abetting. So there would be the fraudulent. But I asked about racketeering. I'm not seeing that clearly. I might have to draw Five of Cups, loss. They lost the election, aiding and abetting, giving help. There's also some question around money that they paid. Who did they pay money to? Who was financed here? This could be, I don't know, it's like election fraud, but I asked about RICO. Is this a RICO charge that I'm seeing? What's the next major arcana there? Page of Swords, 9 of Pentacles, a lot of Knight of Pentacles. There's a financial charge coming here. A financial charge. King of Swords, double validation comes up again. planning a conspiracy, but there's a money charge here. Show me, is this a RICO charge? Show me clearly. I'm not seeing it clearly. So we get the Queen of Cups, something ready to cut, Queen of Wands, and the Knight of Swords, the truth, the fake electors. Four of Cups. This has not been an easy pathway for her forward, for the prosecutor forward. And Strength. She's had many setbacks, I feel, but she is ready to go now, and she does have a strong case. Is it a RICO case? 1, 2. It possibly is, although, yeah, I'm not convinced. The elements here I've got as fraud. I've got the fake electors, and I also have a money thing here as well. But she has a strong case regardless. If it is RICO, they were kind of all yes cards, but I don't know, something's just holding me back. Well, we'll leave it there. The charges are with that Chariot and the Eight of Wands. They're coming in August, and she has a strong case. And I'm going to say after many setbacks. There's something to do with money there, so watch that space. Okay, so now with the classified documents, I said yes, there were going to be more charges. And we saw those come last week. I actually do feel there's even more, and that tying in the Bedminster stuff, he did that for a reason. That battle plan that he was waving around over Coke, over glasses of Coke, and laughing about it because it was highly classified, top secret, America's battle plans. And yet he's the front runner for the Republicans. What does that say? It says we are all in trouble if the Republicans were to get back into power. We are all in trouble. The world's stability. Let's have a look at, are there more charges to come specifically? The cards will probably say yes, referring to January 6th. Okay, so I'm going to ask another question. I'm going to ask it another way. Did Trump show any of those top secret or confidential or classified documents to overseas countries? Did Trump show those classified documents to overseas countries? Now, I'm getting a crest here. It's like a crown. It's got a thing like that in the front. So let's have a look. So somebody with a sovereign. Okay, did Trump show any of those classified documents to overseas countries? Death card, endings, death, and a plan for after the end. We've got the Knight of Rods here, quick movement, travel. The Fool cards so far, these are strong yes cards, not the death card, but I'm getting the new start. It's like after the presidency, there was a plan. And then we get Four of Swords, retreat, wounded in battle, in the sky. What is crowning this reading? 10 of Cups, the voter, families. The 10 of Pentacles in the here and now. It's kind of all about money, isn't it? And the 9 of Swords is very, 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 very anxious about something in relation to this question. There's a money trail here. Hopes and fears, loans and debts, paying off a debt in a way. The outcome card is the Strength card. Yes, he did. 3 of Pentacles, more than one. And the Queen of Swords, they've already got that information. Knight of Cups, doing a deal, the art of the deal. Queen of Cups, something being let out, information or something being let out, coming to light. And we've got the Hierophant, the courts, and the Last Judgment. So here is the big cup, I'm going to say kahuna, on the espionage. I always said that there would be more charges to come All my readings point to the fact he allegedly shared those documents with overseas countries, more than one, perhaps 3, if you want to put a number on it. And they already have that evidence because there's a money trail. There's some kind of money trail that he's really, really worried about it. Is it that nondescript bank that bailed him out last year? Is it them? There's some kind of evidence that the DOJ have. So there'll be even more charges to come on that one. Anyone who can wave around a battle plan, a top secret battle plan of a country's to give away all their secrets to many people in the room, laugh about it, brag about it, and then order some cokes as they're laughing or whatever he was ordering in such a cavalier way, would not think twice about doing something to actually gain some money. But there's more to come on that, even more. And just remember that Smith is peeling away. It's like an onion, just the layers and layers until he gets to the centre. So I don't know. Trump could have already got a January the 6th charge, and his lawyers met with the DOJ at the end of last week, and Trump said, we had a very good meeting. Did he ask for a delay there? And what was this? What was going on? And moreover, will January the 6th charges come in August now? Is that what we're looking at? Will January the 6th charges be handed down to Trump in August? There was obviously a delay. He's just gone. He's just 6 of Pentacles. Like, he's just begging for somebody to help him. I mean, he's just in so much trouble. We get the Strength card because Smith has such a good case. His secrets, remember, that were buried, that's in the past. His secrets have come to light. His secrets have come to light. And he's like toast. Like, this is something around money and debt that Smith has to put the pieces together. 9 of Cups in the sky. We've got wish fulfillment. The King of Swords, well, that's my card for Smith in the immediate future, so they're not long away. The 6 of Cups, we're looking at the past, as I keep saying, and we're healing, and we're moving out of troubled waters. What's in the hopes and fears? For him, he fears the truth. For us, the hope, the truth will come out. And we get surprises. This is kind of, for me, it's a water sign, Page of Cups. It's something we're not expecting. And we get the 10 of Cups, complete and utter downfall. Through what? Through justice. Pretty clear they're coming. The charges look, I'm going to say he could have already received those indictments and he just hasn't said anything about it. But he will be indicted in August, and it looks like it's coming quickly. It probably would have come last week, but anyway, those superseding ones came instead. The underlying energy is the Queens, the stability here again. And the 3 of Rods is an overseas aspect here. Always with Trump, there's always an overseas aspect. So I'm going to leave it there. This was supposed to be a short one, but that's what I see. Particularly interesting to see how the Wagner group, how that pans out. And just remembering that Poland is in NATO, they wouldn't be so silly as to launch an absolute attack on Poland. And all the other countries, Lithuania, I think is it Estonia, all those other Baltic countries there are NATO members, have NATO membership. So whatever they're planning is like it's not all out attack, if that's what they're worried about. It's something else, something clandestine, obviously, and to disrupt the flow of something. To also stop Russians leaving Russia and going across the Polish border to escape conscription. There's a lot of reasons why Wagner are there, a show of strength as well. But movement between Kaliningrad across that Suwalki Gap, there's something around that will be important. All right, bye for now. I'll see you next time.